to Breakfast with Spaniels with Dr. Judy Morgan.
What? I waved. I said good morning.
Remember, you can purchase all of Dr. Morgan's products at her website at www.drjudymorgan.com. Now it's time to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Good morning. I'm trying to watch things on my phone so that I can see what's going on. Hugh has my computer. So as you can tell, my voice is getting worse and worse, which is not a good thing since I've got 2 films that I have to do in the next week. So I am really hoping that this is very short term and it comes back. But man, the sore throat is just beyond. Well, let's just say there's a lot of tea. And I'm thinking I just need to wear a scarf all the time. So I got an email this morning asking me to talk about supplements. And supplements are something that I actually get a lot of questions about, and they make me a little bit crazy. So when people come in to my office for a consultation, or if we're doing a phone consultation, one of the things that I request is that you fill out the holistic consultation form. And one of the questions on there is, what is your pet eating? And I want that in complete detail. So if you say I'm feeding a homemade diet, then I want to know exactly what you're putting in there. And if you're saying, well, sometimes I feed this and sometimes I feed that, then I need to know, I need the exact name of the food so that I can look it up, look at the ingredients. I need to know how often you're feeding each thing. And then for supplements, I need a complete detailed list. It's really nice when people come into the office. Sometimes they'll bring literally 3 or 4 grocery bags filled with all the supplements that they're using. But it's really nice when they come in with everything because I can look at the ingredients on the bottle. And sometimes what I find is that people, we are all prone to do this. And when I was in the horse world, I found that the horse people are really bad about this too, is you see an advertisement for something, or a friend is using something, or I'm using something for my dogs, and you immediately go, oh, that would be great, I should add that in too. And before you know it, you're adding in 20 different things, and a lot of times you are over supplementing, or you're using products that really have no value, or you're double dipping, triple dipping, quadruple dipping. So, oh, I found this great omega-3 source. Oh, but then I found this omega-3, 6, and 9. Oh, but then I found this flax, and then I found this product and this product. And before you know it, you're basically giving the same thing 5 different ways from 5 different companies, and really throwing everything out of whack. So before you jump on the bandwagon with a new supplement, you really need to compare that to anything else that you're already using and see, am I double dipping? And really look at the ingredients, look at the sourcing, and know whether that product that you are about to spend good money on is actually adding value to your pet's regimen. So, and this goes for cats, for dogs. People don't tend to supplement cats as much because cats are really picky, and cats are like, yeah, I don't want all that stuff in my bowl. I just want to have a good meal. So I don't see this happening nearly as much in cats, although some people have trained their cats to eat just about anything, and so they will kind of, get on this bandwagon. Dog people and horse people tend to really over supplement. And I have been guilty of that at times as well. Again, particularly when I was back in the horse world, you want maximum performance, and a lot of people with performance dogs want maximum performance. So you see something that someone else is using, or that has these great testimonials on the internet, and you go crazy for it. I get it. I understand it. The thing is, we should not rely on testimonials alone. That's one of the things with Amazon sales. They really, really rely on reviews. A review's a little bit different than a testimonial. And when you read a review, you really should be, reading it for the actual content. Like I like to say, my mother will write great reviews for anything that I produce, whether it's written or a product. My friends will make good reviews. And yeah, so, people can put out something that is not very good and they can get people to write good reviews. They can get fake reviews. So it really is up to you to do the research on the product and ask about the sourcing and really look at what's in there. So the email that I got this morning was from someone saying that there are many supplements on the market that are being heavily pushed toward the bulldogs, the American bulldogs in particular, but also the English bulls, and basically trying to build muscle mass. So there are people, I know the Rottweiler community does it, the Bernese Mountain Dog, they actually have pulling competitions. So you want these dogs to have a lot of muscle and to kind of bulk up and really be muscular for the pulling and for the weight content that they are supposed to carry or pull. I get it. But for me, I would be looking at how can I do that with diet and with whole food and not be adding synthetic supplements. So one of the supplements that this person told me about is 96% chicken fat and coconut oil. So basically what you're doing is you're adding a lot of calories in the form of fats and oils. And that's okay, but let's look at how rancid do those products get. So if we're buying a chicken fat product, what's the processing time? Is it heated? Is it sitting in a hot warehouse? Is it being transported in hot trucks? How is that product being handled? And is it rancid by the time we get it, particularly if we're looking at a fat product? There are a lot of supplements on the market, and I see this a lot in the horse field. And I used to talk about this a lot when I was doing more speaking about horses than the dogs and cats, which I do more of now. Many supplements, and many supplements in the dog world are basically flaxseed. So you look at this supplement that you're getting, and you're paying a lot of money for it, and what it basically boils down to is you're buying flaxseed or flaxseed oil. And while flax is a wonderful addition, how much is it worth? And what else are you getting in that supplement? Or are you better off just buying flaxseed, milling it yourself, processing it in your little really coffee bean grinder, making your own concoctions with whole foods? So you need to be careful. This really is a buyer beware. You need to look at how the products are made, where they're made. So somebody posted a video that's gotten a gajillion views of a food product that they bought that they got it on sale because it was within a week or two of the expiration date. And it clearly stated on there that the manufacturing date was a year earlier. I know we all want to save money, but I am not looking to buy something that was made a year ago for my dogs to eat, or my cats, or myself. I want something that is as fresh as possible. So our freezer does not contain people food. Our freezer only contains dog food, and we use up the dog food in our freezer within a month. We are not storing things that are a year old, 2 years old, for ourselves or for the pets. I'm not buying, canned, boxed, dry food that has been made a year ago. So for instance, a bag of flour, that can sit in your pantry for a year or 2 years. Not in our house, we use it up too fast, but it can sit in your pantry for a really long time. And if you let it sit there long enough, even if it's in a sealed bag, when you open it, you're going to see little cobwebby strings in there. And you're probably going to have larvae, and you're probably going to have moths. It's just the nature of the beast. So when you're looking for supplements, you're looking for any kind of product for your pet, buy the freshest that you can. Spend the few extra cents. And I do have people who call me a food snob. I'm not a food snob. I'm just about looking for keeping us the healthiest possible. The stew that we made for the dogs yesterday, all that meat that I bought was on sale. You know, I have no problem with buying stuff that's on sale because I know I'm going home and I'm cooking it that exact same day. And has it been in the grocery store for a week? Yeah, it's been there for a week, but it hasn't been there for a year. So you want to buy things as fresh as possible, make the food as fresh as possible for yourself and for your pets. And when you're buying supplements, again, same thing goes. Don't buy stuff that was made a year ago, 2 years ago. You want to buy things that are fresh. You want to buy things that were manufactured recently. And I would not, frankly, waste money on products that are basically chicken fat. There's one supplement out there that is hugely advertised, and it's basically chicken fat. And I don't think that that is where we should be going with our supplements. So basic supplements that we use for our pets, well, they're all on the dental drops to keep their mouths clean, and they're all on the wellness formula because I like the regenerative capability of the deer velvet. I like the colostrum for immune system, green lip mussel for the joints and for circulation and the algae. So they all get that. In addition to that, sometimes they get coconut oil, but not all the time. They pretty much get an omega-3 oil, and I use one that does not come in plastic. I use one that, if you're getting capsules, plastic might be okay, but if you're getting an oil, you do not want that in a plastic bottle, and you want it protected from light, so it should not be in a clear glass bottle. It needs to be protected from heat and light. So store it in a cool area. The one that we use is in the brushed aluminum that has a lining so that nothing from the bottle is interfering with the oil and it doesn't have a chance to get rancid. Every time you take a cap off of a bottle, you're exposing those oils to air. Every time it's exposed to air, it increases the rancidity factor. So you want to use something that is a sealed system. That's why we use a pump in the brushed aluminum, and that's the Iceland Pure. We use that pretty much every day. Our kids all get CBD oil. Same thing, needs to be protected in a dark bottle and stored in a cool place. They get CoQ10 every day. There's something else that they get every day. Well, they get their mushroom powder every day, organic mushroom powder. Vitamin D. They get a few drops of vitamin D. Again, that is an oil in a dark bottle stored in a cool place and not something that's been sitting on a shelf for 2 years. So that's what we do with our kids. And it seems like a lot, but we are using homemade diets, so we want to make sure that we're getting things balanced. We need those trace minerals if we don't have ground bone in there. So... and the green lip mussel in the wellness formula provides some of the zinc and the manganese that we need for the trace minerals. So, I do not use a lot of shiny coat supplements with a lot of flax and, all that kind of stuff that's supposed to give us a good coat. We get the good coat from the good diet. And to me, I'd rather do as much as possible from whole foods. If I add ground sardines to their diet, then they don't need omega-3 oils that day. They're getting it naturally from the fish. So, the goat milk, that's the other thing we add every day. That's my source of, but again, that's a whole food. So they're getting fermented raw goat milk, so that is supplying their natural probiotics and their natural digestive enzymes. Millie can't deal with that, so Millie gets a powdered probiotic. So you do what's best for your own pets. I also like the goat milk for our guys because of the extra taurine for the heart disease. So every pet's going to be an individual with what they need, but don't waste your money on things that are basically a fat product that could be rancid or a flax product that's really all you're getting. Just go buy flaxseed. Buy organic, buy fresh, if at all possible. Yeah, the consultation form for my office is not that complicated. It's on the ClaytonVetNJ.com website. It's basically step-by-step questions. It's not that hard. And it's very valuable for me, so if you're going to do a consultation, I absolutely need that. You might want to fill it out for yourself just to keep that information around, and it will help you determine the energetics of your pet. Allison, right now, our sardines, I bought whole fish from here today. They're frozen. I will use Chinese herbs on individual cases based on what we're trying to fix. My dogs have been tested for vitamin D. It's a good idea.
Thanks for watching. And remember, you can find more information on Dr. Morgan's website at www.drjudymorgan.com.
Have a great Sunday.